Today's Namaste Yoga begins a brand new series on Durga. Hello and welcome to episode 181 of Namaste Yoga. We're doing an introduction to our series on Durga. And I actually know how to say Durga correctly. And so if it sounds like I'm stepping out of my regular accent into a Sanskrit accent, I am, because I have a lovely Sanskrit tutor. Her name is Rashmi. She is one of my students. And she has very kindly offered to tutor me in being able to correctly pronunciate some of the Sanskrit terms that we use. And we are starting with the Durga series. So why don't I teach you how to say Durga correctly? So the way I used to say Durga was Durga, which is how a North American person might say it. It's spelled D-U-R-G-A, so we say Durga. But you say the D like T-H-E, like the. So you put your tongue behind your teeth at the front and you say the. And then the U-R is actually O-O-R, so it's Durga. And she says you exaggerate everything when you say things in Sanskrit, like Bollywood films. And so I really got that. So now I say Durga. Okay, so if I slow down to say my Durga words, that's why. Today we have two wonderful testimonials from SpeakPipe from my website. The first one is from Stacy.
Hi Melissa, my name is Stacy and I'm in Calgary. I just wanted to say thank you to you because you've given me the opportunity to restart yoga when I didn't have an option prior. And it's really literally saved my life. So I just wanted you to know that I'm extremely grateful for your work and the website and the YouTube videos, and please continue to do all your good works, and I encourage you in the future. Thanks again. Take care. Namaste.
Thank you to Stacy for that beautiful testimonial from my fellow Canadian. And now we have a testimonial from Anne from the UK.
Hello, Melissa. Hey, it's Anne from the United Kingdom in Totnes in the Southwest. I just did your yoga for sciatica today, and I appreciate you so much. I just want to say thank you for all you are and all that you do. You have a global fan base that absolutely loves you. Big kiss. Thank you. Mwah. Namaste.
So thank you, Anne, for your testimonial. The Yoga for Sciatica video is available on my membership site and in the shop. And next week for episode 182, we'll just have Anne read us the phone book. She has the most amazing voice. So thank you so much for leaving your comments on my website through SpeakPipe YouTube and your 5-star ratings on iTunes. Next week we are going to read some of the great 5-star ratings that we have received on the Canadian iTunes and on the American iTunes reviews. So thank you. If you want to get those in for us, we will read your reviews next week on the show. So thank you to Squeeze for our clothes. I'm wearing a bamboo long sleeve top this morning and some capri pants. And thank you to Dusky Leaf for our props and our mats. And today you're going to need a yoga block. Let's get started with our class today. You can go ahead and rest back, and we're going to introduce you to Durga. So today we are going to get to know the mother goddess Durga. I know her as the goddess of protection, and over the next 9 weeks we will get to know her in her different forms. Durga in Sanskrit means fort or a place that is difficult to overrun. Another name for Durga is Durgatinashini, which means the one who eliminates all sufferings. Durga is known to protect her devotees from evil and eliminate their adversities. Durga has 8 or 10 hands representing the 8 quadrants or 10 directions in Hinduism, meaning that she protects from all directions. She has 3 eyes. Her left eye represents desire with the moon. Her right eye represents action with the sun. And her central third eye represents knowledge with fire. Durga is seen riding a lion or often a tiger, which represents power, will, and determination. The tiger reminds us that will, power, and determination is needed to overcome our egos. Durga is a powerful goddess. In her friendly form, she is seen as a benevolent mother feeding people and animals. However, in her fierce form, she is known as a warlike protectress who will reveal her destructive strength when the earth is threatened by demons. She holds many things in her hands, including conch shells, which symbolize the sound Om. Durga holds a bow, an arrow in one hand, representing control over potential and kinetic energy. Her thunderbolt reminds us to be firm in our convictions and confident as we meet our challenges. The lotus, of course, is symbolic of spiritual evolution amidst the mud of the material world. Durga holds a discus called a Sudarshan chakra as her weapon to destroy evil, allowing righteousness to prevail. Her sword is symbolic of knowledge, the kind of knowledge that will free us from all doubts. The tips of the trident that she holds symbolizes Rajas, Tamas, and Sattva, which are activity, inertia, and balance. Durga can remove all 3 kinds of miseries: physical, mental, and spiritual. Durga holds her final hand in the Abhaya mudra to allay our fears. So as you reflect back on the introduction to Durga, see what it is that you would like to receive from this yoga class today. What is your intention? What is your intention as you get to know Durga today? And once you've formed your intention, you can begin to roll over onto your stomach for our first pose of the day. Okay, so you can just begin by resting your forehead on your hands. And we're just going to start by stretching out the fronts of your legs. So bend your right leg in and reach around and hold on to your right ankle. And if you need to, you could use your yoga strap here. And then release your right leg down. And then let's do this on the left side. So press your pubic bone into the ground. Bend your left leg in and reach around and hold on to your left ankle, or if you can't reach your left foot, draw your left heel towards your buttocks. And you want to feel a stretch on the top of your left leg. You should feel the stretch in the belly of your muscle and not in your joints, so not in your knee joint. Okay, and then release that down, and we're going to do half bow pose for Durga's bow that she holds. So take your left arm out in front, bend your right leg in, and I just have to share with you, I'm being so cautious and tender with my right leg because my daughter plays soccer, and part of her soccer practice is the parents have to play a pickup game with them this week. Oh my goodness. I was playing soccer with her team, and those little kids are quick and nimble, and man, I really hurt my quad muscle playing with them. So it's really hurting me to do this week. Okay, so you're going to draw your right leg in, roll your right shoulder back and down, and then you're going to start to pull your right heel away, press into your left hand, and lift your chest up off the ground. So half bow pose here, Ardha Dhanurasana. And then slowly lower down. And we'll switch sides, so you can go ahead and bend your left leg in. Reach around and hold on to your left ankle or your left foot. Reach your right arm in front. Press the front of your pelvis into the ground. Start to pull your heel away. Keep your left arm straight. Let that pull your chest up off the ground. And you can use your right hand for a little more leverage to do a little back bend here. And then slowly go ahead and lower down and push yourself up onto all fours. Draw your knees up underneath you. Sit back on your heels and come into child's pose to stretch out your low back. If this position doesn't work for you, you can always lie on your back and hug your knees into your chest. Okay, great. So from here, we're going to come up onto all fours, and we're going to do some tiger pose, two different variations on tiger pose. for the tiger that Durga rides on. So you'll come up onto all fours, and let's do the breath one first. The way that this works is you reach your same arm and same leg up into the air. And as you do this, it's quite a balancing exercise. You breathe in, so it's almost like the tiger gives a warning. So you breathe out to begin, and then you breathe in. Like a fierce tiger. And you breathe out and you crouch down, and then you breathe in. So breathe out, crouch down, breathe in, reach. And you breathe in through your mouth. Let's do one more each side. Great. And then you can sit back on your heels in child's pose. And when you do, just rest on your elbows and lift your wrists and circle your hands to give your wrists a little break here. Okay, and then come back up onto all fours. So that version of tiger is great for your balance and core strength. And this version of tiger is also great for your core strength. This one, you work with your tiger tail. So you'll take your right leg behind you. You inhale, you reach it up and behind, and it's kind of like cat pose. You arch your back. And then you exhale, you round your back, and you bring your knee up towards your chest. So you inhale, you arch your back up. Exhale, round your back, bring your knee towards your chest, and try not to lean out to the side on your left hip. Keep it right up underneath you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, round. So it's like tiger tail. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, round. Great. So let's do that tiger tail on the other side as well. So take your left tiger tail up. Inhale, reach up. Arch your back. Look up. Exhale, round, and try not to lean out into your right hip. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, round. 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 Inhale, reach up. And exhale, round. And then you're going to take your tiger tail. We're going to go back to that bow pose that we were working with before, because Durga holds a bow. And you'll take your left leg, and you're going to take your right arm up. Reach around for your left ankle, hold on to it, and open up through your chest. It's kind of like bow pose from kneeling. And then you can lower this down, and we'll go back to the first side. And you're going to take your right leg up and behind you. Take your left arm forward. Reach your left hand around to your ankle. Then open up through your chest. Reach your tail behind you. So you're doing like a variation of half bow pose here. Okay, really well done. Okay. Great. From here, you're going to tuck your toes under. Inhale, exhale, come into downward facing dog. Stretch out your spine, your low back, the backs of your legs. Let your head drop. Taking some nice deep breaths. Just giving everything a rest. And then inhale, reach your right leg up and back. And bring your right knee forward to your right wrist. Your right heel to your left hip bone. Reach your left leg long and back. And then fold forward over your bent right leg for sleeping pigeon. This is going to help prepare us for some of our standing postures. Okay, you can come upright here. We're filming today in my backyard under a huge maple tree and a huge willow tree. Tuck your left toes under. Step back into downward facing dog. And then take your left leg up. Open up your left hip. Bring your left knee forward to your left wrist. Take your left heel to your right hip bone. Reach your right leg back and long. And fold forward over your bent left leg. Connecting with your breath here. And then coming back upright, And finding a comfortable position for sitting, we're going to do a little seated breath practice here. Okay, so sitting cross-legged is one option. Another nice option is to take one of your blocks and to kneel with it between your legs. It's a really comfortable sitting position. So we're going to do Kapalabhati breath, which is breath of fire for the third eye, representing knowledge on Durga. And the way that breath of fire works is that it is an active exhalation. You really draw your belly back. So it's a great breath to improve your abdominal strength. It's a great abdominal toner. And you breathe out through your nose, and then your inhalation comes in passively. And you really draw your navel back each time. So the way I like to teach it is if you start by breathing out with some ha's. Place your hands on your belly and breathe out ha as you pull your belly back. Ha, 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 ha. And now just close your mouth and do the breath through your nose. So let the exhalation come out very forcefully, and then just relax your belly, and the inhalation comes in passively. That is not a word. Passively. So this is a breath that I like to say you fake it till you make it. So what I found when I first started doing this breath practice is that I would do it like this. Then I would kind of run out of steam. Just reload and go again. And eventually what will happen is that you'll get this going so that you can, and the breath will come in that vacuum that you create. And keep your hands on your belly. It will help you to connect with the pushing the breath out. Okay? So let's do this. We'll do 100 rounds. Okay? Take a deep breath in. Here we go. Now breathe all the way in. Breathe all the way out. Breathe part way in and hold. And just hold your breath until the need to exhale becomes great. So that Kapalabhati breath is a great breath to do to energize you. It's a very warming breath. And it's also a really good breath to do if you have a lot of nervous energy that you want to dissipate. Okay, let's come up to standing. From standing, we're going to do one round of sun salutations to represent Durga's right eye, which represents the sun. Oh yeah, that would be her right real eye, not her right third eye. Okay, so stand at the top of your mat. Bring your hands together at the Anjali mudra at your heart center. And then inhale, reach up. And exhale, hip hinge forward, bend your knees. Inhale, step your right foot back. And then step your left foot back, lower down. And then exhale, inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, come into downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Inhale, come up to standing. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hip hinge forward. Inhale, step your left foot back. Right foot steps back. Exhale, elbows back, lower down. Inhale, lift your chest, elbows in tight. Exhale, toes under, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot in. Exhale, right foot in. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Okay, great. And then we're going to do Ardha Chandrasana for her left eye. So this is where you'll need your block, and this is why we did pigeon pose before, to open up your hips a bit. So you can take your block, you're going to place it in the corner of your mat, and you'll just find good solid footing on your left foot and place your hand on your block. Lift your right leg back and up. Open up your right hip. And then keep looking at the ground. And lift your right arm up. You can do this pose against the wall with your back to the wall as a nice modification to help you with your balance. You can keep looking at the ground. That really helps with balance. If you feel really steady today, hey, I could maybe find a good part of this willow tree to help me. Oh, I'm on the maple tree. You could turn and look up. Oh. Okay, so Ardha Chandrasana. Okay. And then let's do this on the other side as well. So take your block and place it. You can stay on this side if you want. I'm going to switch sides so that I'll be facing you still. Put your block in the corner. There's like a hole in the ground here. We need somebody to come and even out our backyard. Okay. This is so great to practice outside. Then you realize how uneven the ground is compared to the flat surface of your inside. Okay, so you're going to stand back of your block and then tip forward. Open up your left hip. And reach up. And this is a great pose to do with your back to the wall, for sure. Okay, wonderful. I was just thinking about what Anita Goa likes to say. She says, be serious about taking yourself lightly. I think that's such a great thing to say in your balancing postures. Okay, and then I wanted to do chair pose, Utkatasana, because, you know, Durga is very fierce and strong, and she's all about strength, and she's a warrior. So let's get into our strength today as well. So actually, before we do chair pose, let's do goddess victory squat, because I'm really feeling that right now. So take your feet wide on your mat, stand the long ways on your mat, turn your feet out to 10 and 2 o'clock, and then sit straight down, pull your knees back, and bring your arms up. So goddess victory squat for Durga. Called Utkatasana. And you can feel this pose, it builds, you can feel your legs, it builds strength in your legs, the strength that we were talking about that Durga has. Okay, and then come on back up, and then let's do those other chair poses that I was talking about, Utkatasana. So here, if you can take your block and place it between your legs, you know how much I like that for alignment, so that you're lined up from your hip bones to your knees to your ankles. And then sit back as though you're sitting down into a really small chair. And then to get that really fiery energy of Durga as well, let's add a revolved. Let's rotate it as well. So take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee and look over your right shoulder. And then we'll inhale and come up to the center. And exhale and sit down again into that really low chair. And take your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Look over your left shoulder. Oh boy, can you feel that fire in your quads? It takes willpower to stay. Okay, Okay, shake it out. Burning quads now. And then we're going to do an inversion that builds strength in your upper body, dolphin pose. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, hip hinge forward. Step your feet back, come into downward facing dog. And then from downward facing dog, lower down onto your elbows and press back. And what you want to try not to have happen is for your elbows to go wider than your wrists. So keep your wrists and your elbows parallel. And that might require some correction like I just did there. Okay, great. And then come on down. This class is ending up to feel quite strong and intense, which is very much like the energy of Durga. So from here, we're going to do bow pose, and we have already done some variations on bow pose. So let's just go right to full bow pose, but you can do half bow pose if you'd like. So lie on your stomach. Rest your forehead on your hands. Press the front of your pelvis into the ground. You can bend your knees. Remember, you can just do one side at a time. Reach around and hold on to your ankles. Keep tucking your tailbone under. Roll your shoulders back and up. Inhale. Exhale, pull your heels away from you and lift your chest off the ground. And then slowly lower down. Release your legs. Take a deep breath. Push up onto all fours. Bring your knees up underneath you. Come back into child's pose and rest. And then roll yourself up, and we're going to do, for our twist, we're going to do Dying Warrior today. And it was either was on a YouTube comment or somebody on a membership site comment that reminded me of this twist, and I thought it was a great twist to do for Durga, because Durga definitely has destructive powers. She will destroy the negative influences. In the mythical stories, it's called evil, right? So we'll do Dying Warrior. So start on all fours, and you're going to walk your knees to the right of your mat, and then lower your left hip down onto the mat, and lower your chest down onto the mat. And take your arms out to the side. And this would be a modified version of this twist. You can stay here. can take your legs out to the side. You leave your bottom left leg there, and you take your top right leg down. And that is Dying Warrior. You can also turn your head to look over your left shoulder if you don't have any neck injuries. And then gather yourself up. And we'll do Dying Warrior on the other side. So start on all fours again. Walk your knees off your mat to your left side. Lower your right hip down onto the mat. Then lower your chest onto the mat. And take your arms out to the side. Look over your left shoulder. Extend your legs out to the side. Keep your bottom right leg there. Take your top left leg straight down. And then slowly gather yourself up. And for the forward fold after that, I thought we would just do child's pose again. I'm stuck. Okay. Whew, goodness. Child's pose. Okay, slowly make your way up to seated. And we're going to finish our class today with a mudra and a mantra. Okay, so the mudra is a Durga mudra. And the way it works is you take your hands and you're basically making them into fists, except for that you're putting your thumb between your first two fingers, between your index and your middle finger. So this Durga mudra fosters courage and calms the spirit. And this mudra is anti-panic. It's dedicated to the invincible goddess, Durga. And when you do it, you can focus on lengthening and intensifying your exhalations, although we're going to be doing it with a mantra. So our mantra is Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. And that means salutations to she who is beautiful, to the seeker of truth, and terrible in appearance to those who would injure devotees of truth. I just love that. So, Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. And I'm going to sing it. So, this is me being courageous and vulnerable. So we'll start by making space with breath and a sigh. Oh, can you time us so that for about 3 minutes? Thank you. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. 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 And then just sit in the silence for a moment. Gradually allow your breath to deepen and reflect back on your experience of your introduction to Durga. Notice what stands out, what seems most important. What is it that you would like to take with you off your mat and into your life this week? When you feel ready, you can start to wiggle and stretch out. Bend your knees. Roll to your side. Make your way up to sitting. Thank you for joining me for episode 181 of Namaste Yoga. Thank you for leaving your comments below. I'll see you on the membership site. Namaste.